Hey, y'all. Welcome back. So, I've been thinking. I was thinking about something. And I was trying to think, okay, what's the next video going to be about? Is it going to be about Nina Simone? Is it going to be about Raylan Baxter? Is it going to be about the texture of sound? I don't know. And I was sitting and I was thinking and I was reading and I was just letting the juices flow, so to speak. And I thought, I really should take my time on this. And then I went, that's it. So today, we're going to talk about time. Go on, hop up on your soapbox. Ba-da-da-da. Something that I see that's going on a lot these days is that we have started to think of time as money. It is not. You know what they say? Time is money. Oh, shut up. Jesus. God, planting those seeds in our brains. Time is money. No. Time is real. I see this a lot with my music students. We have this impatience. We think, and in my own personal practice, I definitely feel like time is running out. Do you feel like time is running out? Do you feel an urgency to get things done because there won't be enough time? And man alive, that gets me all kinds of worried, all kinds of pent up, all kinds of anxious when I feel like I'm running out of time. Time keeps on slipping into the future. Time keeps on slipping into the future. I see this not just with music students, but with other people as well. When something will happen, if you do any kind of meditation or breath work, right? If you're concerned with maybe how it is you can accomplish something or get something out of it, well, then you're going to want to do that in the shortest amount of time. Like that's some kind of value, right? Oh, it didn't take any time at all. I lost 20 pounds in 1 week. It didn't take any time at all. Oh, geez, that to me sounds a bit dangerous. I'm going to go ahead and say the best things in life are slow grown. If you find instant love, well, that's great, but you better slow grow it. If you find an interest in something, don't gorge yourself on as much as you can possibly get in the shortest amount of time. You are bound to hate that thing. That's just how it goes. Time is a weird concept because to us, it doesn't really exist outside of our measuring it. Does it? This is very important, right? Because if you're playing something, you can play it out of time, right? I could play. And you don't really know what I'm playing. But if I put it in time, suddenly you go, I know that song. There's far more evidence now that we're finding that time, there is no such thing as objective time, that there is only subjective time, that time is only something that can be experienced. As soon as we talk about it, we abstract it. As soon as we measure it, we reduce it. So, yeah, there's a lot to be said in that, in that, right? Take some time, let that sink in, right? Take your time. So in music, this is what's so beautiful. The idea is that music, what is the point of music? Think about it. If the point of music were to get to a certain place, well, then you just get there. I think it's actually quite the opposite. We have all this time, so we use music to either fill that time or distort that time or make us feel like, what do we say when we're having a really great time? Or having fun, we say time flies, right? Or when we hear a wonderful song, when we hear a song that we go, oh my God, I mean, Phantom of the Opera, or even a legit opera, Carmen, or if you're playing, I know I just did, but ooh, baby, I love your way, right? These things, what do we call them? We say, oh my God, that's so timeless. If something is really, really wonderful, we actually free it from time. And music has the power to do this, right? So, as an example, if I give a student an exercise, especially on the guitar, if we're working on the guitar, they're thinking they're going to come right in like, they're going to do all this stuff. Like that is the measure of value. And what they're not expecting is when I'll tell them, just hit the D string and just.
2 hours later.
And you should see how quickly they become bored.
That is why you fail.
But really, if you're ever going to be any kind of musician, you better be able to keep time. Keep time. That is not as easy as it sounds. So what I'll do is I'll put on the metronome. Ugh, he said it. The M word. So when I do this exercise with my students, I'll play with them and I'll have them follow a metronome. And when they follow the metronome, you should see what happens to their person. You should see what happens when they actually are given a little bit of space to consider time. What happens is they start by listening and doing the thing, and then once they lock in with the metronome, they turn into this sort of like zombie. Not zombie, though. That's not what they're doing. What they're really doing is actually anti-zombie. We're increasing their level of awareness, the awareness of what it means to pluck a string. You are increasing the amount of awareness you have between each note strike, on where you strike the note, on how hard you strike the note. And all of this is relative to our understanding of time. So when a student goes into that place, afterward I'll ask them, I'll say, hey, what were you thinking of? Were you thinking of school? They'll go, no. I'll say, were you thinking of your parents? No. Were you thinking of your personality and your name or your Instagram followers? And they go, well, no. Right, you weren't thinking about a damn thing. What I'm offering these students, and what I think these students pick up on, is that when you start really approaching what it's like to get in time, you become free of time. And isn't that a gift? So what you then do is you start realizing that, oh, I've got more time than I think I had. So now, let's get to the whiteboard, huh? An aspect of this cube or rectangular prism that now that I have made it, it enters into our comprehension, our perception, our existence, and it gains another aspect, which is duration. And the life of a gnat is only, one day, and we go, oh, what a short life. Well, that's relative. If a gnat lives 25 hours, they might be considered an ancient elder. Yeah? So you are there. And in time I will fade away. In time I won't care what you're saying in time. But time takes time enough. Time takes time enough. Put it to the test. See what you think about it. And if you don't like it,